Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to deep dive into partitioning concept in MySQL. It is a power, it is a powerful database optimization technique that improves query performance and manageability by dividing large tables into smaller and more manageable pieces called the partition. Okay, so we will see what is partitioning, then the different types of partitioning methods, benefits. Okay, these are the few things we will going to see in this video. So, what is partitioning? Partitioning means splitting a large table's rows into multiple smaller physical partitions while keeping it logically as a one table or the single table. It will help us with performance by limiting queries to relevant partitions that we call the partition pruning. It also aids in easier maintenance, backups, and managing huge data volumes efficiently. Okay, these are the few things. So, different types of partitions in MySQL. So, first we will see the range. Okay, range partitioning. Range partitioning divides data into partitions based on ranges of column values. Okay, so based on the range of a data present in a column, we are going to divide or partition the table. So we will see an example in which we are partition the sales data by year that you can see on the screen. Okay, so we are creating a table sales with ID as in data type, then sell date data type, and the amount that of decimal data type, and then we are partitioning it using the range. We are doing the range partitioning on year column. First, we are extracting the year from sales underscore date column, and based on the value of year, we are dividing. The first partition will store the values or the rows in which in a particular if that row contains the value less than 2020 in the year column or sales underscore date column, the date is less than year 2020. So then second partition will be storing the value from 2020 to 2021. Okay, in between these two, less than 2021, and the last partition will store the values all. Okay, all values greater than or equal to 2021 till the maximum value. Maximum value can be anything. Okay, in this way we can use the range partition to partition the table. Then we will see the list partitioning. Okay, list partitioning divides data into partitions based on explicit list of values. Okay, we need to give the list of values. Based on that, we will partition. So you can see on the screen, we are creating a employees table with employee ID, employee name, and department. Okay, and we are dividing or we are partitioning the table by list partitioning using list partitioning. Then you can see the syntax partition by list columns, and then we are inside the column we are giving the department, because based on department we are going to partition the data. So first partition will store the data from HR and the recruitment department. Okay, the second partition will store data from IT and development, and the third partition will store the data from sales and marketing. In this way we can use the explicit list to partition the data. Then the third type is partition with the help of hash and the key. Okay. So hash partitioning divides data into a specified number of partitions using a hashing function on one or more columns. This hash partitioning is good for evenly distributing the rows. Okay. So you can see the example here, create table users, in which we are going to store the user ID and username, and we are partitioning it by using the hash function on user underscore ID column, and we want 4 partitions, that's why we are giving partitions 4. So the table will get partitioned into 4 partitions, okay, with the help of hash. Then we have the key partitioning. Okay, this is nothing but similar to hash partition, but it uses the MySQL database based inbuilt key hashing function. Okay, in MySQL we have the key hashing function that we are using here to partition the table. Okay, is similar to hash only. So you can see the example in which we are creating a orders table with order underscore ID int, not null, then product underscore name, and the we are assigning the order underscore ID as primary key. Okay, and we are dividing or partitioning with the help of key partition on order underscore ID. We want the 4 partition. Okay, so we will see one example in MySQL Workbench of that of key partitioning. So I will write query create table orders, then first column will be order underscore ID, it will be of int type, then the second column will be product underscore name, it will be of varchar, let's say 50 characters. Okay, and then we are our order underscore ID column will be primary key. Okay, and the order underscore ID we are giving one more constraint that it won't be null. Okay, so the order underscore ID column cannot be null. Then we are using the partition by key, that is inbuilt function present inbuilt hashing function present in MySQL. Okay, then partition by key order underscore ID, and we want how many partitions? 4 partitions. I will run this. Okay, table is already exists, that's why I need to change the name. So underscore 1. Now I will run this and you can see the query has been executed successfully. So we have created the query the table orders underscore 1 with 4 partitions. So whenever we enter the record, based on this function, the record will be entered either in first partition, second, or let's consider 0th partition, first partition, second partition, or third partition. So there will be 4 partition. In this way, the data will get entered, so that whenever we want to retrieve the data based on the order underscore ID, then while retrieving or fetching, it will help us to speed up or improve the performance because of partition. Okay, like this way you can create the partition with the help of hash, range, or the list. So the benefits of partitioning. So faster queries due to partition pruning. Okay, because only relevant partition scanned. Whenever we want to retrieve some data, the query execution will be faster due to partition pruning, because only the relevant partition will be scanned and respective data will be retrieved, not the whole table. Because of that, the query performance will improve. Okay, and it is also easy to manage or efficiently manage the large data sets, because we are storing or partitioning the large data into small partitions. Okay, it is easier to archive or push old partitions without affecting the entire table. Okay, when we want to let's say drop some partition, or let's say we closed one department and we don't need the data from that department, respective department. Okay, so it is very easy to drop the records from that department because of partition. Okay, so it will also improve the insert, update, and delete performance by reducing index size per partition. That is also true. So how can we manage the partitions in MySQL? Okay, we can add, drop, comma, merge, or split partitions with alter table command. Okay, we will see one example. Okay, first let's say we will create the range partitioning. Okay, we will create this table, sales table, inside our MySQL workbench, and we will then use the managing command on that table. So create table, create table, sales, create table sales, then ID, it will be of in data type, then sales underscore date, it will be of date data type, then we will be having the amount will be of decimal, okay. So we have created the table. Now we will be partitioning it, partition by range. So now we are using the range partitioning. Okay, range, year, inside that cell underscore date column. Okay, then partition, let's say P2019, the value is less than 2020, comma, partition P 2020 value is less than 21, comma, the last partition, that is partition P max value is less than max value. In this way, it says. So in this way, we have created this sales table with 3 partition. Okay. Now we will use some managing commands. Okay. Partition managing command with using alter table. Okay. So first we will alter or drop P2019 partition with the help of alter table. Okay. So alter table, then which table? Sales. Okay. We want to alter the sales table and we want to drop the partition. Which partition? P2119. Now I will run this and you can see the query has been executed successfully. Then we will see how to check partition info using the select query. Okay. So select partition underscore name, comma, the table underscore rows from information underscore schema. Okay, information underscore schema dot partitions, where we are putting condition where table underscore name is equals to orders underscore 1. Now I will run this and you can see the partition names and the table rows P0, P1, P2, P3 and the number of rows present in each partition. As we haven't entered any data inside the orders table, that we have partitioned using the keys hash function inbuilt function keys inbuilt hash function from MySQL. Okay, that's why we are having 0 rows for each partition. Okay, so in this way we can manipulate the partition. The important consideration while creating the partition on a table are: partitioning is done on a single table basis. Okay, and it is not the database wide. Partition key columns must be part of every unique or primary key in a table, and not all storage engines support partitioning. Like only InnoDB and similar few supports the partition. Okay, and mostly partitioning mostly done horizontally, not the vertically. That means we only split the rows based on partition and not the column. Okay, so thank you for watching. Experiment with partitioning in your project to boost performance and manageability. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more such videos. If you have any question, please write it down in comment section. If you want the PPT used in this video, you can visit our Telegram channel. See you in the next video.